In the coldest, darkest water on Earth, something has been alive for a very, very long time. It moves so slowly it barely seems alive. But this animal is older than almost anything on the planet. It is a shark, but not like any you know. This one may have been born 400 years ago. When this shark was young, there were no cars, no electricity. Sailing ships still ruled the seas. It is nearly blind. Its flesh is toxic. It drifts through the dark like a ghost that refuses to die. It is the longest living creature with a backbone we have ever found. The Greenland shark. How can any animal live for centuries? The answer hides in the cold, the dark, and the strange rules of deep time. This is the story of the oldest animal alive, and the secret to a life that almost never ends. To understand this creature, you first have to understand where it lives. Far below the waves, beyond the reach of sunlight, lies one of the last true wildernesses on Earth. The deep Arctic Ocean is freezing, black, and crushing. A world of eternal night. Down here, time itself seems to slow. There are no seasons, no day, no night. It is one of the most stable environments on the planet, unchanged for millions of years. And in this cold, patient darkness, life plays by very different rules. Everything moves slowly. Everything lives slowly. And some things, it seems, barely die at all. This is the kingdom of the Greenland shark. For most of history, we had no idea how old these sharks really were. They have no bones, only cartilage, which doesn't record age the way bone does. So for decades, their true age was a complete mystery. Then scientists found the answer in the one part of the shark that never changes: its eyes. That tissue is never replaced. It stays with the animal for its entire life. What they found stunned the scientific world. The largest sharks were not decades old. They were centuries old. One female was estimated at around 400 years, perhaps as many as 500. It is, by far, the longest living animal with a backbone ever discovered. No whale, no tortoise, no fish comes close. And it means some of these sharks, swimming right now, were alive hundreds of years ago. Alive during events we only read about in history books. Try to imagine what that actually means. A Greenland shark alive today may have been born 4 centuries ago. There were no photographs, no engines, no electric light anywhere on Earth. Empires rose and fell. Wars were fought and forgotten. Entire nations were born. And through all of it, this animal simply kept swimming through the cold and the dark. It felt none of it. It knew none of it. It just endured. While hundreds of human generations lived and died, a single shark drifted on. It is a living thread connecting our world to a time we can barely picture. So how does an animal live for so long? It begins with slowness. The Greenland shark grows about 1 centimeter per year, slower than almost any animal alive. It can take 150 years just to become an adult, ready to have young. It moves slowly too, drifting at less than the speed of a casual human walk. This has earned it a nickname, the sleeper shark. It doesn't chase. It doesn't rush. It saves every ounce of energy it can. In the freezing deep, this patience is not weakness. It is the secret to survival. Every heartbeat is slow. Every process in its body is stretched across enormous time. It is as if the shark is living life in extreme slow motion. And in doing so, it stretches a single life across centuries. But the strangeness doesn't end there. Almost every Greenland shark is nearly blind, and the reason is one of the most bizarre partnerships in nature. A small parasite attaches itself directly to the surface of the shark's eye. It hangs there for life, slowly damaging the shark's vision until it can barely see. You might think this would doom the shark. It doesn't. In the pitch-black deep, eyes are almost useless anyway. There is nothing to see. The shark hunts by smell and by sensing movement, gliding blind through the endless dark. There is one more thing that sets this animal apart. Its body is poisonous. The flesh of a Greenland shark is loaded with a chemical that keeps it alive in the deep. This chemical protects its body against the crushing cold and pressure. But to almost anything that tries to eat it, that same chemical is toxic. Eating the fresh meat can cause a strange, drunken sickness. For centuries, people in the far north found a way around this. They buried and dried the meat for months to break the poison down, turning it into food. An animal so tough that even in death, it does not surrender easily. Now here's a puzzle that still confuses scientists. The Greenland shark is one of the slowest fish in the ocean. And yet, in their stomachs, we have found the remains of fast, powerful seals. How does an animal that barely moves catch prey built for speed? One idea is that it ambushes seals while they sleep in the water to hide from other predators. The shark, silent and unseen, may simply drift up and take them by surprise. But the truth is, we still don't fully know. It also scavenges, eating whatever sinks into the deep from the world above. In their stomachs, we've found fish, seals, and the remains of land animals swept out to sea. It is the patient cleaner of the Arctic depths, taking whatever the cold dark provides. The answer is a perfect combination of cold, darkness, and time. In the freezing deep, the shark's body runs incredibly slowly. A slow metabolism means less damage to its cells and far slower aging. So what is the real secret to a life that lasts for centuries? Warm, fast-living animals burn brightly, but briefly. The shark does the opposite. It lives cold, slow, and dim, and pays for it with an almost endless lifespan. Scientists now study these sharks, hoping to understand aging itself. How does it resist the diseases that end most lives so much sooner? Hidden in this strange, slow animal may be clues about our own aging. The deep didn't just give the shark a home, it gave it time.
more time than almost any creature has ever been given.
And yet, for all we've learned, the Greenland shark remains a deep mystery. We have never seen one give birth. We have never seen them mate. We don't know where they go to breed or how their young survive the deep. An animal this large, this old, and we have barely glimpsed its life. It reminds us how little we truly know about our own planet's oceans.
But this slow, ancient survival now faces a very fast danger. Us.
Because they grow so slowly and breed so late, they cannot recover quickly. A shark that takes a century and a half to mature cannot afford to be lost. Caught by accident in nets, these centuries-old animals can vanish in a moment. A life that took 400 years to build can end in an instant. When you look at a Greenland shark, you are not just looking at an animal. You are looking at a living piece of history, older than the country you live in. A creature that turned patience, cold, and darkness into something close to immortality. It asks us to think differently about time, about what it means to be old. While we rush through our brief, bright lives, it drifts on, unhurried, through the centuries. Somewhere in the black Arctic deep, one of them is swimming right now. Perhaps born before your great-great-grandparents. Still moving, still alive. The oldest animal on Earth is not a fossil. It is out there, in the dark, breathing.
I'm Apex Curious. Subscribe and keep uncovering the strangest secrets of life on Earth. I'm Apex Curious. Subscribe and keep uncovering the strangest secrets of life on Earth.
Because in the coldest, darkest places, life has learned to outlast time itself.